Hey guys, welcome back for another hike, and this is actually going to be my biggest hike yet. Today I am standing at the base of Mount Monadnock. This is in Jaffrey, New Hampshire. This is one of the largest mountains in central New England, just behind Mount Greylock in Massachusetts. The Native Americans called this place Mount Monadnock because in their language Monadnock means the single prominent peak or lone mountain. And that's true because there's no other mountains anywhere near here. The closest one is maybe Mount Monadnock, that's about 40 minutes away from here. So this area has actually been around since the time of the dinosaurs, and even before that. It's part of the Appalachian Mountains, not part of the Appalachian Trail, but it does go down the same ridgeline until you get to Georgia. Over here there is a bare top, meaning there's no trees, and that's not because the trees can't grow due to the altitude. It's not tall enough. It's about a little under 3,000 feet, I believe. The reason why is because there were fires burned on the top of the hills, first by the Native Americans. In the prehistory times, they thought there were spirits on the top that needed to be cleansed, so they burned all the trees and vegetation off. And then again, in the colonial days, the colonists of New Hampshire actually would burn the top to keep the mountain lions and bears out of the area when they were trying to build homes. So we're going to climb to the top right now, and in front of us is the first few steps to make it. So I hope you guys enjoy this hike because you're going to see some incredible views today. So we're taking the first few steps that are going to lead to the trails. I parked at the headquarters, which is where most tourists or people who want to experience the mountain for the first time park. There's two trails that lead in a loop that are relatively easy to climb. It's only 4 miles up and down. We're going to climb up the White Dot Trail, which goes straight up to the summit, and then down the White Cross Trail, which zigzags down to the bottom. And a little fun fact about this mountain that we're about to climb is that it's actually the second most climbed mountain in the world, just behind Mount Fuji in Japan. So I know right now things are just starting off slow. We're just at the base. It just looks like a regular woods hike. But as we keep increasing in elevation, it's going to become more and more mountainous. And yeah, that summit in the top with no trees makes it really look like you're up in the Himalayas or something. So we should get good views of Boston. Mount Washington, I believe, also is visible from the top. That's further north in New Hampshire. That's the tallest mountain in New England. And all in all, it generally should take about 4 hours up and down to climb. I want to see how fast I can do it today. One time I made it to the top in 45 minutes. So let's begin. Alright, so this is the main parking lot of the base of the two trails. So White Dot Trail that we're going up is right here. And it really is a little over 2 miles, it looks like, to get to the top. The weather today is a little overcast and windy with some sun poking through, and it's about 50 degrees, so a little chilly but not brutally cold. And to give you an idea of where we are, we're right around here right now, and we're going to take this White Dot Trail directly to the top summit. It is a little bit over 3,000 feet, and then we're going to take it right back down. There still is a ton more trails back here, but these ones are mainly for more experienced hikers, and less people climb these ones, so I want to show you guys where most people come up and down. See here, first thing is that ridgeline of the actual mountain is over in the distance, and here are the roots of this huge tree. We're gonna get a lot of rooty and rocky trails up ahead. Looks like we got a little monument right here. This tablet is placed here by Friends of Monadnock. So cool, looks like 1949 people just wanted to designate something cool That looks like a cabin house of some sort. You can see the little fireplace in there. Could be cozy. All right, let's head up this way and see where these trails lead us. The sun's poking through, so that's good news. Trails are getting wet over here. Look at that nice waterfall. Alright guys, as you can see here, the trails are pretty slick and it is starting to get a bit steeper behind me. So I am going to strap the GoPro to the backpack right now. You're going to get a straightforward first-person view of the hike I'll be doing. And let's see how it comes out. I think you'll enjoy it. Whew. It's muddy. Muddy for sure. Now around here is when it starts kicking your ass. So you can see that, guys. That's gonna be steep up ahead. So let's go check it out. And look at that. So you can see how muddy the trails are today. That's the only problem, because it was raining earlier, and I just heard from that couple that walked by me, it was actually snowing a little bit at the top. So that's interesting. So let's see what we can find and how cold it's actually going to be up there. All right, up ahead, we're gonna have some big old wooden logs. Looks like we're gonna have to hike over. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so up there is the White Cross Trail, which we are going to take down. That I believe is a little less steep, but a little bit more drawn out. This white dot should just be a straight shot up the mountain. Whew. And here's a fun fact for you guys, fans of the B-Dog channel. This is actually the first real mountain I've climbed on this channel yet. I've climbed this one many times in the past, and I've also done Wachusett, Mount Greylock, Mount Everett in Massachusetts, not Everest, Bear Mountain. I've done a lot of different hikes in New England that I did not get the chance to film earlier, but one by one I'm going to chip away at them and document them for you. Hopefully I'll see you guys in these trails one day afterwards too. So the thing with mountains, at least in New England, where the bottom of it is so wooded, is that it just looks like regular woods at first, and it's not until you really start getting up to the incline when you look behind you and you see a view. We don't really have that yet. This is not much different from any old woods just yet, but you will see it soon. There'll be a very steep difference in the trail. Even though it's only 4 miles, it can be big. Okay, that's a good view up there. You can see the hill over the trees. Phew. Okay, we're continuing up the White Dot. Ooh, this hike is kicking my ass, but it's good. It's gonna be well worth it. Whew. All right, let's continue up. Wow, look at the different rocks here. Wow, look at this. Hi, how are you? Good, thanks.
Nice day.
Yeah. How's the top?
A little windy.
All right. Oh, good. I'll be prepared. Thanks. Have a good one. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, these rocks are pretty slick. All right, we'll go this way. Just make it to the top. That's all I gotta do. Look at this, guys. Wow. So up there, there's still more mountain. And over here, you can see that view. Incredible. All right, guys. So that's the bottom of the hill right there. We're about halfway up to the top. So let's keep pushing it. Right now, I've been doing this for about a little over 20 minutes. So I'm hoping I can make this up in maybe under an hour. I mean, I think the second wind, once we really get steep, is going to be a little bit harder. It might slow me down a bit, but let's see. Wow, guys, look at all this. So it looks like the trail markers out this way. So let's hit it up. Okay, that is slick. We're okay though. I got some thick shoes. Okay. Whew. I'm walking all over the place, guys. It's kicking my ass, but it's a good thing. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's snow.
That was awesome. Well,
you know, we are halfway.
Yeah, halfway point.
Yeah, that's halfway point. Yeah, I don't
Awesome. That's
yeah,
sick.
we just know this today, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're almost there then. That's awesome. Happy hiking. Alright, guys, so we definitely officially passed the halfway point of the mountain. We're 1 mile up right now, and it's been about half hour. So I wanted to continue up this way. We're just gonna let those other hikers climb up past, but basically what we're gonna do is need to climb directly up that cliff. This is gonna require all 4 limbs, 2 hands, so let's go do it. Interesting thing too, the sun is peeking through the clouds a bit, and there's also a little bit of snow as well, actually dripping it a bit. Apparently the top had some snow, so we'll see. Okay, wow, look at this. So best way to get to the top, I'm gonna say this way. All right. Yeah, look at all this moss. You got to think how ancient these rocks are, and this mountain was probably bigger than Mount McKinley in Alaska thousands or even millions of years ago, but erosion really weighed it down. The remnants of the original mountainside are still here, and the amount of fossils and minerals and who knows what that lies inside these rocks is probably unreal. All right, I think we're good enough to go up. Looks pretty clear. So come and join me. We're about to do a climb. And this is a wet, slick climb at that. Oh. Okay. Oh, this part's cool. So this part, you really want to zigzag up, and you can see that view. Oh, whoa, oh. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, there we go. That's the view. Look at that. Phew. All right, so we already got to the top of this ledge over here. You can see south of us is Massachusetts. I think that mountain over there behind the trees is Mount Wachusett with the radio tower, and that could be Mount Greylock right there. That's the tallest mountain in central New England. That's about I think 1,000 feet taller than this one. But yeah, next step is to head up this way because we're still about let's say quarter of the way at least. All right, back on the trail after stopping to see that magnificent view. Whoa, it still is slippery. Okay. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, the trees are starting to get smaller. So yeah, as we're walking here, it starts to flatten out a little bit because we are getting closer to the summit. There's going to be 1 or 2 final more pushes before we get to the top. Look at the stones here, and I can notice that the air is getting a lot colder because of the altitude change. I still haven't seen the snow yet that they were talking about, although I do feel a little cold humidity in the air, I will say. And yeah, as we get to the top, we're going to see that area where the trees were burned, and it's just going to be pure rock. Historically, this place had a lot of mountain lions apparently, and there's rumors they are coming back to the area. There have been sightings in northern New England, but I don't know when the last actual recorded mountain lion on Mount Monadnock was. Probably like in the early 1900s, I would imagine. If anybody knows, can let me know in the comments. All right. Whew, okay. Wow, look at that. This part right here looks like it's gonna be pinching me. Oh God, okay. This is gonna be a little slick. We can do it though. That is how you climb something like this. You gotta have gravity work for you. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Whoa. Look at that. That's incredible. If you can see that fog in the distance. All that farmland. Okay. Let's keep going. Hi. Okay. Here's more awesome views. All right. The sky seems to be getting grayer as we approach the top. We still can't see the actual summit just yet because it's obscured by the remaining trees before we break the tree line. So, looks like we gotta squeeze through this little tunnel over here. Hi. Wow, look at this. Look at all these tree roots and all this stuff. Okay. Incredible. Wow, okay. Check this out. That's crazy. Okay, look at all this trap rock, they call it. Oh wow. It's getting better and better. Whew. Oh wow, okay. The summit is right there. Look at all that. Wow. So we can go that way, looks like, or I should just go straight up this way. Let's try this. Yeah, this is the way. You can see the white dot. I think these are called cairns, these big rock piles right here. They were, before they would paint the ledges, they would use those to navigate where they had to go. But look at that. Wow. That's the summit up there that way. All right, we got to continue because I want to get to that top. So let's keep moving. It is getting windy and chilly, but the sun is actually coming out a bit. Look at these little, I can't even call them tidal pools because we're not by the ocean, but maybe vernal pools. Oh! Okay. Oh, it's a thin rock. You really got to practice your balance over here, for sure. Whew. Wow. Oh, Jesus. Still following the white dot. Wow, you can see how small the people look in the top. I'll be one of those people soon. It did get windy today, I'll tell you. Okay, look at this. We gotta like cross this thing. Whoa! Yeah, that stream's cool. You can see it flowing. Hi. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. How's the top?
Windy.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'll find out soon. Have a good one. All right. Whoa. It keeps getting crazier. Whoa, look at that. Wow. Something's over here. It's like a little cave, but someone threw a trash water bottle in there. Eat that. Oh. All right, so I guess this is the intersection right here of the white dot and white cross trail. So we're gonna take this way down. That's the way that we came up. And up ahead is that summit. Wow, so we got a little waterfall over here. Look at this. Nice little New England stream. Let's keep going. So it's around over here where things start to look like a different planet. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, we're getting back into the woods again. Okay, so that's not the trail. The trail actually dips down this way. Oh. And we did luck out with the weather. I mean, I was worried it was gonna rain a lot more than it did. Just small drizzle. Okay, well, I guess we gotta figure out this. Okay. Ugh. Wow, looks like there's some caves up on Mount Monadnock, huh? Look at this thing. I hadn't seen that before, although there's really nothing in there. It's just a small rock pile. Could be something down there. Maybe this is where the mountain lions hang out. All right, up ahead, we're gonna leave the tree line, and it should be all bare rock from here. Oh wow, look at this. Wow. All right, that's steep. That's real steep. All right, we're gonna climb up this steep, rocky ledge. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is steep. Shouldn't be so bad going down, but right now it's tough. Okay. We're pushing it. Wow. Look at this. There's some clips for people's ropes to do rock climbing. So we had to climb up that ridge right there. All right, so it is this way. Wow. Wow, this keeps getting incredible, more and more incredible. Wow. Look at all this. All right, so we're gonna keep pushing forward regardless of this crazy ass wind. I will say the cooler temperature though does feel better than it was at the bottom when I was sweating. And it's actually a little bit easier to breathe. The air feels nice. So let's see. Oh, okay. Whoa. This is what I'm saying, where it looks like a different planet. Look at all that. That is insane right there. That view. Okay. What? Okay, we're getting slippery. Whoa! That's some intense wind. Very glad I didn't wear a baseball cap today. Oh, we are making it though. We're so close to the top. Hi. Good, how are you?
Down here is crazy.
Yeah.
Get ready for up there.
Oh, I heard. So, thanks. Have a good one. Okay. Almost there. Phew. Feels like I'm on the moon. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, that's okay. It's alright. Wow, nice. That was insane. It's not as bad as everyone was saying though. I thought I was gonna get blown away. Alright, so let's explore around here. Over there is all the rocky ledges. Whew. So this is the top. And yeah, it is windy. Whoa! Okay, I can feel it now. Oh man, guys. The summit is windy, but it's cool. So Mount Washington would be somewhere over there. I don't know if we can see it with the horizon being covered in fog. That's the trail we came down over there. We started all the way at the bottom, close to where that lake was. Mount Wachusett, I believe, is that one right there. And then Greylock should be somewhere to the west. Whoa! What we're gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to do a change of camera battery before I start filming again, and we'll get the way down. I don't know how much longer I can stay up here with this cold and wind. It's like I went back in time to winter. Well, this is gonna be it, guys. This is gonna be the hike down. So it's been a long and interesting way up. I think it's time to get down now. It was a nice summit, nice conversations, and time to see what the next step brings me.